So the last few days I've been going through some creative uncertainty, feeling a bit dislocated from the path, second guessing myself, wondering about outcomes, worrying if all the work that I'm doing is for nothing. Those old demons, they come up and they are part of the path. And I just thought today, right, I'm in doubt. How am I going to solve this? I'm going to double down. I hope you find some inspiration as I share my day, because this is something we all go through and we just got to get back into the process when we're in these moments, guys. Let's go. So Jocko Willink talked about writing a list as being the orders that you receive from your commander. And then once you receive these orders, essentially as the soldier, it is your duty without hesitation, without questioning, to say, right, I am going to follow this. And the value of just having the list is about giving yourself this set of commands. And especially when you're second guessing yourself and you're beginning to doubt everything, you can go into this spiral in your head where you don't see that there's any worth to any of the actions you take, and you have to get out of this illusion and get back to the basis. So that's what I'm doing. 5 points on the list, one main goal, and I'm going to attack it with all my heart. So I find when my inner compass is spinning, I can feel very insecure about my work. And so this year I'm releasing 12 songs, and with each of those 12 songs I'm releasing a music video. So it's an ambitious project, but of course every month it gets to this kind of crazy point where you're like, wow, you're trying to get something made. And anyway, I went out and I shot this wonderful day called Carnival der Kulturen in Berlin. Got a little bit tipsy, got overeager, had a great day at the time, but then my friend Tiago has been editing the video and I got the edit and I was like, oh man, am I just coming across like a major idiot in this? You know, this is the thing, you just don't know sometimes, because it's always very hard to see yourself represented, and sometimes the feeling that you had on the inside and we're having with the people, it's like, oh man, is it coming across? Is it cool? Is it nice? Will you ever be as one? But then on the other hand, it's like, can you back yourself? Can you back where you were the moment you were in, trust in the love and the spirit and the fun, and kind of go with it? And I think when you've got an ambitious project, part of the journey is that you have to get over yourself. You have to have the courage to commit to where you are today. And so today I'm just going to get the fun, let it made, tune some of the bits that I was uncertain about, and we're going to get this out. So I've just come out of my deep work session, working on the feedback for the video, beginning to get my bounce back, getting into the groove. I do find that deep work, that capacity to focus on one thing, to say, right, you're going to go in, it always lifts my mood after I come out of it. So in the modern world where we're chasing results, it's so easy to find yourself refreshing social media, chasing statistics, worrying about metrics, and all it does is it fragments the mind, because the more you check this stuff, the more it pulls you out of whatever it is that you're doing. So there's always this neurological sink. It's like as your brain falls out of your mind, and you're kind of going out with it, and then suddenly you will hear, but your brain's over there, and you're like, where the hell is my brain? It's neither here nor there, and you're doing your best, but parts of you are here, there, binary dots, zeros, ones, out in the algorithm. At what point did we seed our very souls to a damn algorithm? And we're doing it even more. And the thing is, the only way to get to some deeper version of happiness is to develop your consciousness. And if your consciousness is always in the binary, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It's absolute madness. That is why society is in so much trouble. It's because we can't be where we are. So of course, when you're releasing a song and you're doing everything yourself, there are so many tiny little tasks that need to be taken. It can be so time consuming. So here we are. You can see we've got the cover art from this original photo. Now I've taken it into Photoshop and I'm using the generative expand plugin. So I've gone through a few different versions. Sometimes it comes up with mad stuff. I'm going to take that into Canva, and then we're going to have our Facebook banner put up on X and so on, and take it from there. Cheers, guys. What am I feeling this afternoon? So I had a job that I was hoping it was going to come in, didn't come in, feeling a bit disappointed about that. But I'm also thinking about, why did I start feeling this sudden moment of doubt? And I think one of the curiosities of whatever path we take is that we have to necessarily go off the path that we are on in order to stay on the path we are on. I think doubt comes up when you're in the middle of the battle, when you're in the middle of the fight, and then your question is like, okay, what's the way to go on? How do I go on? You start feeling the threats that are going to stop you continuing on your path, and then you have to start addressing them one by one. So one of the things that I'm trying to do on a practical level is I'm just trying now to take a few minutes to zero in on what is the essence of what I'm trying to do artistically, and to just get crystal clear about that and then make a plan about that. Because even though it may seem on the outside that I have that, I think we're always diluting, we're always drifting, and that's when the doubt comes in. Doubt always comes with a message. In fact, doubt is a messenger. And so the question is, like, can you open yourself up and have the humility to say what is within it? Because at any one time in our path, sometimes we're going further from it, and sometimes there's a reason for that, and there's a correct reason to go for that, but other times we're just drifting. I feel like the breakthrough today isn't about trying to get from here to there. It's rather about being able to listen and to reset my own heart, my own mindset, my own goals, but also just my capacity to be within life in this moment and say, hey, you're doing okay. And despite the fact that it's okay to allow the doubt to come in, despite the sort of nobility of deciding to double down within doubt, also there is something to just be able to sit within it and say, okay, this is where I'm at, and I'm okay with that. Okay, so what have I got to do? I've got to get a video made for social post. I've got to get the video edited, to get that set up on YouTube, thumbnail, title, blah, blah. Kind of promote it. I'm way behind. You've got this. This is your task. This is what you set out to do. Are you going to do it? Are you not going to do it? Sometimes that transformation moment is the most important thing, that turnaround moment of saying, are you doing it or are you not doing it? And it's sometimes so helpful to sit within the doubt. Then you have to crack it open and double down and get back to the business of your life. It's your life. Are you doing it? Yes or no? Damnation, it's time. What am I working on? I've been working on so many tabs open. Okay, so I've been working on a short form video for the release of Be As One. I think, one of the reasons we sometimes feel fragmented is that there are all these little things that we should be doing or could be doing. And we forget, I think, that our path is the combination of all these particles. Sometimes it's only later, once some of these particles come together, that you realize this is the path, and that the doubt is holding all the neutrons and quarks and electrons. What the fuck are they called? So I'll show you the little clip, and I hope you enjoy it. The weird thing is, it's not actually the video itself.
When you're walking through the park, and the time is right, the time is right. Everything you see is a fantasy, a fantasy. Will you ever be as one? Will you ever be as one? Will you ever be as one? Oh my.
So the more you doubt something, the more you resist doing it. Now, of course, the more you resist something, the easier it is to deprioritize it. And you're deprioritizing it not because it matters not enough, but because it matters too much. And that's the trap, I think. And the trap is that you get stuck into this feedback loop because you're not giving it the time, then you're not giving yourself chances of success, you're not throwing enough balls at the loop. And at some point, you have to break the cycle. So it's this paradox. I think you have to feel the doubt, but then you have to make the decision to crack out of it somehow, because like any feedback loop, it has to be broken at some point. You have to do something to get yourself out of the cycle. Okay, so I've just been grooving away, applying to Spotify playlists. So what you have to do with every new song is you're applying to new playlists and you're trying to distribute, get it out there so that more people can hear it, taking shots, throwing the ball at the hoop, hoping it goes through. I think sometimes that's what faith is, because you're not always going to feel it. You're not always going to be at the center of your hope. You're not always going to be touching the source where a song comes from, or the same inspiration that makes you create the work in the first place. Like sometimes you do go through your valleys and your troughs, and it's in those moments that you just have to find a different strength in yourself, a different belief, a different courage. Maybe that's when courage is most required. Maybe that's the chance for courage to come out. Maybe that's the opportunity that you're most needed to show your character and to show who you are. So that's what we're doing tonight, lunatic as it may seem. Today started in doubt, not dramatic, not loud, just that creeping, paralyzing kind of doubt that makes everything feel pointless. The small actions I had planned felt worthless at the time. I caught myself spiraling into that sort of old fantasy that nothing I do will make a difference anyway. But I saw the trap and I knew that I had to move. Not because I had to prove things would work out, but because staying stuck wasn't an option. I had to put a flag in the ground for my own life and to take action. What I realized is that doubt isn't the enemy. Doubt is a part of the path. It has a role to play. It humbles you, it tests you, and it forces you to choose belief even when belief feels far away. I did the small things today. They mattered. The song comes out tomorrow, the video is ready, I've applied to the playlist, and none of that could have happened if I'd waited to feel confident first. Sometimes it's up to you to carry your own burden, to keep walking even when your certainty deserts you. That's what courage feels like, carrying doubt and choosing to move forward despite yourself. If you're watching this and you're feeling in a similar place, stuck, second guessing, overwhelmed, I just want to say, keep going, double down despite the doubt, because it's all damn well worthwhile.